Hello, dear. Thank you for clicking on this video. You are welcome to Glorious Living channel. So in today's video, I am making a simple spinach stew. This is very simple, tastes very good, and guys, in a lazy day, this is your go-to spinach stew. So stay in tune with me, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and let's get started. So I have oil in my pot, and I have salted stockfish that I'm just adding to the oil. So I'm gonna let this salted stockfish fry in this oil. So I'm doing this because I want the oil to have a better taste, and the stockfish is also gonna give my stew a flavor. So I always want to add this to my spinach stew whenever I'm making spinach stew. But it's optional. If you are not fan of stockfish, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you can, it's really change and give your stew a flavor, a good one. So what I'm doing is let this stockfish dissolve, in the oil. So I'm gonna let it be in the oil whilst I use my wooden spoon to stir it and let it fry. And you can see that I'm giving it a pressure in there so that it's all dissolved in the oil like the way I want it to be. Yeah. So with my wooden ladle, I'm doing this to make this, dissolve in the oil. So now I have my onions, chopped onions added to this oil. So it's also gonna fry for some time. While it's frying, I'm gonna blend some onions and ginger, garlic, and habanero pepper. And I'm adding it to the fried onions on the pot in my pot here because it also gonna add up some flavor to my stew. So at this point I'll be stirring back and forth to make sure it is cooking so good. Yeah. And I'm gonna be stirring because of course you don't want your stew to get burned in the bottom. So at this point, I'm adding my tomatoes to my stew. So this is partly cooked tomatoes period I made for myself over the summer. So it's partly cooked, so I would not even need it to cook for long in the um pot in here. So I'm gonna keep giving it a stir, to make sure my stew is cooking good. Now my stew is completely done. What I'm doing is cook a portion of my stew. Guys, this is the way I do it. I always want to scoop a portion of the stew in a bowl and set it aside. Just in case I add too much spinach, then I have extra stew to add it to my spinach to make it perfect like the way I want it. So I always try to scoop a portion, at least half portion of the stew and keep it aside. Then I will add my spinach. So now I have my spinach washed clean. I'm adding it to my stew and I'm gonna give it a stir to make sure it all have a portion of the stew on it, and it's also gonna cook really good. If you don't have access to spinach, you can use taro leaf or contomere leaf, whatever you call it. You can use it, and that works perfectly good. In fact, I like the contomere leaves very much, but I don't have access to that. That's why I'm using the spinach leaves. So yeah, feel free and use contomere leaves. That works perfectly good. So yeah, so my spinach is cooking really good. So right now I'm giving it a stir right here. I can see that now it is cooking really good, and it's getting a little bit softer than what it used to be. So yeah, so I'm gonna cover it for some few minutes, and then I'm gonna add in my frozen spinach also. Yeah, so I use a combination of the baby spinach and the frozen spinach at the same time. Yeah, but if you have only access to frozen, that's fine. If you have access to the baby fresh one spinach, that's fine, use it. Yeah, so I mix it together and stir to make sure it is cooking good. Right now I'm adding in my protein. I use fish. You can use any kind of protein of your choice: meat, chicken, goat, whatever you want, but I use fish, and I also use canned fish and beef tripe. That's what I use. So right now I'm adding my beef tripe in here. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a stir as well, guys. I love to stir my stew because I don't want to taste the smell of burn in my consomme stew. At this point, I'm adding in my canned fish. I use the geisha canned fish. You can use any of your choice. Okay, so I'm giving it a stir here to make sure everything is, getting in the stew, and the bottom of my stew is not burning. Yep. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome to Glorious Living channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to get update from this channel. To all my proud supporters, thank you so much for being part and supportive to this great channel. So right now I just added the extra stew I preserve on the side to my spinach stew. So this is gonna give it a different taste altogether. Guys, my stew is done. Completely cooked, done, tastes good, looks good. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video through to the end. If you want the step by step and the ingredients and measurement, look at the description box below for all the measurements and the ingredients. And also watch more videos from Glorious Living channel. See you next time. Bye bye.